looks up the hill across from me, and then she just runs and takes off. And then immediately after, a buck runs in and is grunting his head off.
Good morning, folks. It's like 5:30. I am leaving in just a second to go pick up a young fella I know, young man named Josh Hills, and it's youth day today. So he actually has a doe tag and a bonus tag. So hopefully we can at least fill his bonus tag, or see a big old monster buck. Never know. We're going to a good spot. Killed a lot of deer in this area. My family in general in that area has killed a lot of deer, so usually is a really good morning spot. They're usually feeding through this ridge going back to bed, so we'll see. It's warm this morning. Rained last night, which I didn't know it was going to, so it should be good walking and it should be a little quieter getting in there, and the evening actually looks better because the temperatures are dropping off, but you never know. Could be a doe feeding through this ridge, or like I said, a big old monster buck, so we'll see. So we'll catch up with you in the woods. No luck this morning. We didn't see them. We heard two. We jumped to real close to us, like 5 or 6 minutes before legal, right where we were gonna sit actually too. So we ended up sitting there for 2.5 hours and didn't see anything. So we walked our way out fairly slow and stuff because it's wet. It just rained, so pretty quiet walking and stuff like that. So no luck walking out. So we'll see what happens. But hopefully I'll have some luck tonight. I really hope he gets one. He's a great kid, so I'm excited to be taking him out today. A lot of people took me out when I was growing up, and it meant a lot to me. My dad took us hunting too a lot, but when he didn't have time, we had close family friends that would take us out, and that had a big impact on me, just seeing that other people are willing to take their time to take me out, and so I'm glad I can do that. For Josh, because he's a great kid, and there's nothing more that I would want to pass on to other people, especially young people, and my kids included, is deer hunting and hunting in general. But deer hunting has always meant a lot to me, and spending time with people and making memories. So it's cool doing the video stuff now because I can document a lot of it. So hopefully I'll have some luck tonight, but we'll catch up with you when we're back out there.
So I'm finally settled in. I swear every time I set up something goes wrong. It's just my luck, I guess. But I think it's gonna probably become a joke at some point because it's like, geez, it'd be nice to just get up in the tree and not have everything go wrong. But it's not even 4 o'clock yet and I'm all set, so I should be okay. One thing that makes me nervous is, you see this above me? That was sticking way out, and I had to break it. It sounded like a gunshot right in my ear. I picked this spot because the deer be coming out super late into the fields. So I figured I needed to get back into the woods a little bit and see if I can make something happen, because the only chance for me to kill a deer in the field is basically if they come right out on top of me, and that's pretty hard to predict. I've seen them come out all over the place. So earlier I came in here and I found a couple of fresh rubs over here and some historical rubs, and then way down the hill there is 3 fresh scrapes. So I think they're bedding up there. to see that buck again, but I know that's probably slim to zero chance. But I would also love to fill my doe tag. I don't know, we'll see. Zach's out with a youth hunter today, so hopefully they have some good luck. But a little after 4 now. I'm hoping to see these deer around 5 o'clock. If they come in like after sunset or around sunset, it's gonna be pretty dark in here. Brand new spot, never sat here. It's kind of exciting. We'll see.
Made it back out to the car, try and give you guys a rundown of what just happened. I actually was thinking that I wasn't going to see anything. Starting to get pretty late and I was under some pines, so it was getting pretty hard to see. I had been grunting a little bit. I let out a few grunts because I was right near a bunch of rubs and some scrapes, so I was like, there's obviously some bucks roaming around here, so I'll just see if I can let out a few grunts and then just kind of be quiet. I had a little bit of cover, but I didn't have great cover, so that kind of like had worried me a little bit. But anyways, I glance over to my right, and probably like 50 or 60 yards to my right, I see kind of a bigger body deer cross down from me. And so I was kind of in between like some pines, and then the other side was a bunch of like poplar and a little bit more of like a mix of softwood and hardwood, and right in between was a like an old tote road or some sort of ATV trail or something like that. So I was just in between there, and so I saw the doe or the deer cross. I didn't know it was a doe at the time. It was kind of big bodied. I actually thought it was a buck. I was looking for a rack, and so it had disappeared in the line and the tree line there, and then it was kind of like thick down there. So, and it was kind of windy, so I just let out a couple grunts. I don't know if she heard me or not, or if she just started to come my way, but I looked down and she's coming my way, and she's right on the tree line, which is kind of where, you know, kind of why I lined up there, because of those like little transition lines, you know, with the trails and things like that. They like those edges, so I just kind of stayed right there, and she started walking towards me. I get my camera on and I move the camera actually out in front of me where I think she's gonna come out. And I don't know if I like moved my bow or did something, but she all of a sudden she starts looking up at me, and I don't think I got any footage of her coming in because I was just trying to focus on getting the camera where I thought she was gonna come into. And I would have had to play with the manual focus a bunch to try and see through all the brush, and it was getting dark, so I was just like, I'll just try and put it out in front of me and hopefully she steps out where the camera's pointing. And so she's like looking at me, and I don't have a shot, but I'm like being still. We probably have like a good 3-minute face off, and then she kind of puts her head down and starts walking like she's gonna walk out in front of me. So I turn my bow and I start to pull it, and I'm about to pull it back, and she kind of looks at me again, so I stop, and then she kind of like puts her head down like she's gonna walk into my shooting lane, and I'm like getting ready to pull my bow back, and then all of a sudden she looks up the hill across from me, and then she just runs and takes off. And then immediately after, a buck runs in and is grunting his head off. I think I got pretty good audio of him grunting. And then he stands probably like 14 or 15 yards in front of me, and I am like, I think I can shoot this buck. I probably would have had to, you know, finagle it a little bit through some branches, but I think I probably could have taken him. But he's just a basket rack 8, decent looking buck, probably a good 150 pounds or so. Had a decent body on him, but it's a little early in the season. You know, I'll probably regret that, but I'm hoping to maybe get something a little bit bigger. I still have all of rifle season and all of next week. I don't know how much I'll get out next week, but hopefully I'll see something with a little bit of a bigger rack on him. But nice little buck. I had to go night mode because it was starting to get so dark in the pines, but I probably had 15 minutes of legal left, so I think I got some decent footage of him, and hopefully I got that audio of him grunting, because that was pretty cool. And you could tell that he was kind of a young buck because of his grunts. They weren't real deep, so pretty cool. But he was chasing that doe around. That doe didn't want any part of it, so the bucks are definitely starting to get after it, which is neat. And does aren't quite ready yet, but exciting evening at least. Quite a hike in there, as I just got back out, and it's a good half hour or so after dark, so it didn't take me too long. But walking through the dark is tough when you're in an area you haven't been really. So all right, hopefully it happens here soon. I'm seeing a bunch, I'm getting some action, but it just hasn't worked out quite perfectly yet. I really thought I was gonna get a doe down tonight, but hopefully soon.
All right, afternoon hunt time. Turn the radio down. So, I'm gonna go pick up my brother Luke, actually. He's not a youth hunter. He's gonna be bow hunting. And I'm gonna go pick Josh up after that, and then we are gonna get over to the spot.
exciting. I know. Did you think that was a deer? I knew that was a squirrel the whole time. Heck yeah.
Do you want to tell people what just happened, or should I tell people what just happened?
Well, we were pretty close, you know. I can't get them all the time, but it was a good try.
Can't shoot them all.
Right? Yeah.
I just didn't want them to get the false idea of what hunting is. We don't shoot deer every time we go out.
Yeah, I gotta get warmed up first.
Right, exactly.
That's the point.
So we just walked out, and I considered sitting in the field last minute, and there was 2 deer in the field. And it was literally the minute after legal. We actually tried to get out kind of quick just to see if there was anything out there, and 6:06, minute after legal, and I'm like, there's a deer. Actually, I think I said there was a deer at 6:05, and then it turned to 6:06.
Yeah.
So it was fun though. Thanks for letting me take you.
Yeah, thanks for taking me.
Like, get that camera out of my face.